Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BK's Baits. Hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. Got to spend time with family, loved ones, hung out by yourself, whatever you chose to do, man. You know, for me personally, Brooke and I stayed here at the house. We both ended up getting the Omicron, so we're recovering, fighting that off, getting ready for the new year. And yeah, man, sorry about no episode last week. Got a little caught up with some things and getting out fishing and stuff like that. So I do apologize for that. But coming to you guys this week, three baits we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about that fall winter transition. Maybe it's getting on a little bit of the colder side, but these baits will work in super cold water and power fishing. We went over, the A rig and the Ned rig and some of those other things, but we're going to kind of expand on that and talk about some other things here. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, let's jump right into it. First up, this stays tied on for me fall through basically the end of the spawn. It's going to be a lipless crankbait. This is one I really like in the fall. It's an LV 150. Tells you right there on the bottom side. I like this because this is so much smaller when the bait fish are smaller. This is the LV 500. So you can see the size comparison there. If I am fishing really shallow grass, this, or flats, this is the choice. If I am fishing that like 6 to 12 foot grass or points, I throw this. Same thing, ripping it, letting it fall. The other thing with the 500, if you are an offshore guy, this is an amazing bait bottom hopped. I don't know what it is about the fall. Probably caught more fish just jigging this on bottom than I have actually reeling and retrieving it, but not the same for the 150. The 150 is definitely a confidence bait for me. I don't know if it's the size that they just like so much, but yeah, I've caught more fish on the LV 150 than any other lipless crankbait in the past year and a half. So those are lipless crankbaits, guys. They fish great over grass, offshore, just awesome search baits, and even when that water is really cold, they'll still eat it. Greg Blanchard's got a video where he's like up in New York and it is freezing, and that's what he's throwing is a LV 500, and he's just throwing it out there and jigging it up, man. He's catching some tanks. So if you guys haven't tried that bait, give it a go. They're not cheap though. So if you're thinking that's going to be on the smaller or cheaper side, I should say, guys, they're expensive. They're probably 16, 17 bucks for the LV 500s. So, but that's me. There's a lot of other, great lipless crankbaits out there. I'm not saying that. That's just one that I like. Second bait on the list is a jerkbait. Derek Brundle just did a really cool video on jerkbaits where he's out jerkbait fishing. So these two I have. They're both Megabass. Whoops, let me get those in there for you. They're both Megabass. This is a Vision 110, and this is a Vision 110 plus one. You can see the differences there on the bill. I think the Vision 110 probably dives to around 6 foot. You might be able to get a little bit deeper if you wanted. And this will go somewhere between like 8 to 11 feet, depending on your line size, what you're using. But guys, the jerkbait for me, a lot of people use it as like a search tool. I don't really use it so much as a search tool unless I'm ripping it really fast and hard. What I'm using it for is especially like if I'm side scanning or I see that there's an area with fish and they're suspending. And then I'm trying to target that depth with one of these two jerkbaits. They do make a Vision 110 plus two. It goes a little deeper than that. I have some of those. I don't really throw them a whole lot. I kind of stay with these two as the 1-2 for me. And when the water is warmer, and warmer is relative to your body of water, I will rip them with a much faster cadence. Whatever cadence you decide to do, like rip, whatever, however you're doing it, goes much faster. As that water gets colder and colder, the pauses in between the rips get a lot longer. So, when it's getting real cold, I personally give it a much longer pause in between that. But if you watch Brundle's video, he's out there and it's cold and he is ripping it hard and a lot faster. Now, he was targeting smallmouth. Maybe the smallmouth are a little more aggressive and they'll come for that, faster rip. But generally, when I'm wanting a largemouth to rise and look at it, I am not ripping it that fast unless that water's pretty warm. Just my personal advice on jerkbait fishing, because I see a lot of guys starting out throwing jerkbaits. They rip the jerkbait where it is on not slack line. And when you rip it and it's on slack line, just like you do a topwater, when you walk it, it can, erratically dart side to side. When you guys are reeled up to the bait and you pull it, it just makes it swim forward. And I think you will get more bites popping it on that slack line. So, guys, jerkbaits are great. There's a bunch of different kinds. I pay for the Vision 110s. I know. Yeah, they're expensive. I like these. They're confidence bait for me. I foolishly bought one and took it to Lake Fork and had one of my best days on Lake Fork with it when I was fun fishing. And a lot of other guys were struggling. So now, of course, I'm, hooked on the Mega Bass stuff. But other ones that I like the re-ranges. The re-ranges for me are a lot better in the spring. They have a really hard, they're by Jackal. They have a really hard body roll to them. These are really erratic side to side, but those Jackals, when they come forward, they will rock like that. And so in the spring, I love those, but I don't throw them a lot in the fall and in the winter time. And guys, last bait to go over. I can't not talk about it. I just caught my PB on it, which, yeah, that was very exciting for me. But is the old tried and true, the classic, a spinnerbait, man. Yeah, I mean, okay, Leo's trying to tell you guys something. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, we've all thrown a spinnerbait, right, at one point in our life. They make a bunch of different sizes, 3/4 ounce, ounce. I mean, they come in, every color, different blades, willow blades, Colorado blades. But guys, those something about spinnerbait, man. I don't know if it's the increase of all the jackhammers and thunder crickets and all these chatterbaits we're seeing, but I am starting to catch more and more fish on a spinnerbait. I'm hearing about more and more guys in tournaments throwing spinnerbaits more regularly. Guys winning tournaments on spinnerbaits. Not gonna name any names or give away juice, but yeah, there were some big tournaments this year, one on spinnerbaits, and guys, it just seems to be making a comeback. You can throw it out there. And like I said, they make sizes. You can throw it in skinny water with a really light one with a blade to help keep it up. The Colorado blades will keep it higher in the water column than the willows will. Or you can throw those big heavy ones and creep it on bottom in deep water. It's kind of, for me, used to be just I throw it when it's really windy or I throw it in cold, muddy water. But more and more, I'm starting to just kind of throw it, and man, I've been really, really surprised. I was really surprised when that 8-pounder ate it last week, and yeah, it's just making a comeback, guys. And some you can power fish, and when the water gets really cold, it still works. And this is one of my favorite things about spinnerbait, guys. This is a really old spinnerbait I had. I went into like my little kid tackle box that I had from when I was, however old, and found this thing super beat up, but they make these Z-Man skirts. They come in a pack like this. If you don't make your own skirts, I don't. So I just buy these. And guys, you can just take whatever color you want, chartreuse and white, classic. Thread it through the band. Slide it up on there. And then, yeah, I think I may have put that on backwards. Sorry about that. But yeah, but there you go. Like, brand new spinnerbait, take you some scissors, trim the skirt up however you want it. And there you go. So you can customize the spinnerbaits you want for different colors. I mean, these things are cheap. Make it, the profile you want, the color you want, mix and match colors, do all that stuff to make it to your fishery. Black and blue, obviously. Like this spinnerbait, I throw at night a lot. But if I was going somewhere and I needed a big heavy head and I wanted this, this style blade, help keep it up, I could just replace that skirt on it real easily if I didn't think I was going to be throwing a lot of black blue. So I love that about spinner baits. Very versatile bait. And yeah, man, they're catching fish. Like I said, I don't know if it's just how much rotation we're seeing with all these bladed jigs, but spinnerbaits seem to be on the rise. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the spinnerbait fish you and you guys catch this year. So, guys, thanks for stopping in, tuning by. I appreciate it. Those are our 3 baits this week, man. Lipless crankbait, jerkbaits, and whatever you found in your Pawpaw's tackle box, or your more updated ones. But man, just a spinnerbait. 3 baits you can take out from now until the spring, through the spring. Don't really ever need to leave your boat. That they'll catch fish when it is freezing cold, or if you get some of those warmer days, they'll do great. And just up through the spawn, man. Those are 3 baits that I'm gonna have tied on, and I think you guys will have a lot of success on them. Thanks you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate that. And yeah, hope you have a good one. See you guys next Friday. Have a happy new year.